These are my voltage and current equations of your long transmission line. Right? We have derived this in the last class. So these are the voltage and current equations at point X. We recall your diagram already, just for your understanding purpose, I have added here also. If you see here, this is the section X, right? Sai Raghu, don't annotate. Fine. So if you see here, these are the voltages and currents at point X. Please try to understand. This is very, very important concept, right? So simply, if I want to find the sending end voltage and sending end current, what I'm supposed to do? Just replace X with L. That is nothing but a total length of the line, right? So then your equation will become V equal to 1 by 2 VR plus IRZC into e power gamma L plus 1 by 2 VR minus IRZC into e power minus gamma L. So please try to understand the point here. See, in voltage, we have two terms. One is multiplying with positive exponent, e power gamma L. And the second component is multiplied with minus of gamma X. Just try to understand the point here. Based on this, we'll have the interpretation. We will understand that whether wave is traveling or not. Okay, these two factors will explain us the wave is traveling or not, hence whether this has term similarly for your current also. I have two terms again, e power gamma X and e power minus gamma X, right? So before proceeding further, just we check this equations. Yes, I have written here equations and diagram just to have a clear understanding for you. So these are your equations. Okay. Now, so yesterday I said, so first you tell me what is the ZC in terms of impedance and admittance. ZC is equal to what? Under root Z by Y. Right? We did this yesterday. ZC is called characteristics impedance, which is equal to under root Z by Y. Right? Because here we are not discussing about this thing. Just by seeing this equation, we'll interpret how they are acting on transmission line. Right? So just repeating the points. First is, these are the voltages at point X. Just if you multiply, if you replace X with L, I'll get the total sending end voltage and receiving end voltage. Fine. And the other term ZC is nothing but your characteristic impedance, which is given by under root Z by Y. What about gamma? Gamma is called propagation constant. Now we'll after completing this concept, you will understand why we are naming it as propagation constant, why ZC is named as characteristic impedance. Okay, so everyone please be attentive. Okay, so now we see this propagation constant. We are writing it as the sum of a real term alpha and an imaginary term beta. Right? Because your impedance has real term and imaginary term. admittance has real term and imaginary term. The same way, this propagation constant has also a real term and an imaginary term. So it is imaginary term, so just I am writing Z here. Okay. Now, from this, as this equation has exponential term E. So E power gamma. So E power gamma. So everyone please focus on the pointer. Don't see the complete slide. You'll get confused. So where I am pointing, just you focus on that. Okay. So gamma is alpha plus j beta. So then E per alpha. So x. So x r s are the distance. S means also distance. X is the same distance. So this is taken from another textbook. So where he has denoted distance x from x as s, right? So I want to clear from your side one point that here we are measuring the distances from which end, which end we are taking as a reference point. I want answer from your side. Yes, please.
Receiving end, we are taking receiving end as the
That is very important point because you are supposed to know that means you are moving from receiving end to sending end because you are taking receiving end as a reference point. That it means if s is increasing, means what is happening? The distance is increasing. Means when you are moving from receiving end to sending end, what is happening to the distance? Is it decreasing or increasing?
increases.
Yes, please.
Increases, sir.
Increases. Very good. So that thing you should keep in mind because based on that only we will understand that traveling wave concept, right? So now see, so e power alpha can be written as alpha s can be written as e power alpha plus j beta. So according to your math knowledge, e power a plus j b equal to e power a dot e power b. So same way we are written here e power j this alpha plus j beta as just we are splitting the term. So when we split the term, here I can say e power alpha is real because we don't have any imaginary term in this. So I can conclude one point: e power alpha is real term, right? And it increases exponentially because as s is increasing, that is your distance is increasing when you move from receiving end to sending end. Please don't get confused here. Always your power will flow from sending end to receiving end. Just to analyze, to understand the concept, we have taken receiving end as a reference. So please students don't get confused. Power always flows from sending end to receiving end. To analyze your long transmission line concept and wave traveling concept, we are traveling from, means we are taking receiving end as reference point. Hope you understood. Any doubts in that? Anyone? Any doubts, please? I think you are supposed to respond. Any doubts? If you have doubt, you ask me, or else we'll continue. As 43. Roll number 43. Tell me.
Sir, not out, sir.
I hope same with the other students also. Okay. And a doubt unte cheppandi nana ledante no problem. Endante most of the students will get confused again because here sir enti reference edo antunnaru. Don't get confused nana. Ikkada em ledu. Just I'm writing the point here. Power flow from sending end to receiving end. Here we are as our analysis for analysis we have taken receiving end as reference. So as we move from receiving end towards sending end, then distance. What is the distance we are taking as Sx? Here it is S. No need to worry. Just the point is, as you are moving from receiving end to sending end, the distance will increase. That is a point. I think it is clear now, right? Still no response.
Clear.
But yes, no, Chapta, I can continue because based on that point only, this next point is linked. If we don't respond, then it will be difficult for me. Right now, see here. What are we doing? In this term, in your first term, we have only alpha s. So it is real term, right? So it is real term. So that's the reason I am writing the term e power alpha is real and it increases exponentially at the rate e power alpha per unit length. Means as the length increases, e power alpha also increasing. Now, coming to the imaginary term. See the imaginary term. As we have j beta from your max knowledge, e power j theta equal to cos theta plus j sin theta. The same way here in place of theta we have beta and s, beta s. So e power j beta s will be cos beta s plus j beta s. So if you find the magnitude of this, cos square beta s plus sin square beta x will be 1. And we have angle beta s. So this is your angle beta s. Right? So from this we can conclude one point. E power alpha s has two terms. One is real term and another is imaginary term. So real term will increase as we move from receiving end to sending end. Whereas your imaginary term, what about your imaginary term? It has magnitude 1 and angle beta s. Again, here also you can say as we are increasing beta s, as we increase your s value, what about your beta? What about beta? It will increase or decrease? Yes, please.
Decreases, sir.
It decreases. Product increase అవుతుంది కదా. Beta is a angle. Angle ni you are multiplying with the distance. So increase అవుతుందా decrease అవుతుందా? This term also increases now. Why it will decrease? For example, beta is 30 degrees. Okay, x is 1. Same beta is constant 30. X is 2 now. It will be 60. So what is happening then? Same as your real term, this angle is also increasing, not decreasing. Right? So based on this, I made some conclusions here. You can see that conclusion here. Where is that? These are the conclusions we have made it. See here. As e power alpha is real, it increases exponentially at the rate of e power alpha. Here only change in magnitude because we don't have any angle here. There is only change in magnitude. When you see your second term e power j beta s, it has magnitude as well as angle. But what about magnitude? Cos square plus sin square is always 1. So I can say magnitude will be constant, that is 1, irrespective of the distance moved. If you change the distance, if you are traveling also, magnitude will be 1, because cos square beta s plus sin square beta s is always 1. So the magnitude is always 1. But what about angle? Angle also increases with the distance by beta radians. So here, these are the conclusions. What? E power alpha is called magnitude operator. This is called magnitude operator because only magnitude is changing. If you move from our receiving and sending, as distance is moving, magnitude is increasing. If you move from sending and receiving, distance is decreasing, magnitude is decreasing. So alpha, E power alpha is a real term, and we call it as magnitude. Whereas E power j beta s, magnitude remains constant irrespective of the distance traveled. But what about angle? That will change with respect to your distance. If you are increasing the distance, angle increases. Decreasing the distance, angle decreases. So here we call E power j beta as rotational operator because it is an angle, right? So it is a rotational operator. Is that clear? So these are the main conclusions from your gamma s. So just for your understanding purpose, just I'm repeating that point. Gamma is alpha j beta s. So just I'm splitting them, right? So final conclusion, E for alpha is real and we call it as magnitude operator. J beta s is a imaginary term with constant magnitude. Magnitude is constant, whereas angle changes. So we call it as a rotational operator. So these are the conclusions from your gamma. Right? Now we'll move on further. So now as these two terms are changing in magnitude as well as angle. So that's the reason I've written one more statement here. Just you can see here. If your phasor, the phasor means your voltage phasor and your current phasor. We have your main equations, right? These are your main equations. These are main equations V and I, which are multiplied with your exponent term, right? So from this we can say what? On phasor, that is your voltage phasor and current phasor, because we have two equations, voltage and current, and both are multiplied with your E power alpha. Please try to understand the point. Then magnitude as well as phasor will change. Are you getting my point? So simply, instead of giving a statement that these two phasors, these two terms will have change in magnitude as well as change in phase, right? To have a clear understanding, I have given this. Hope you understood. Any doubts in this? Any doubts, please? I said any doubts. If I ask any doubt, just you say, if you have doubt, tell me. Or else you can respond me, no doubt. Still thinking. Yes, so Hasarati. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Right? ఇక్కడ ఏం లేదు పెద్ద టెక్నికల్ గా ఎక్కువ డీటెయిల్ గా వెళ్ళేది ఏం లేదు. మనం ఇక్కడ ఐ కెన్ మేక్ ఎ సింపుల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ హియర్. వాట్? యాజ్ దిస్ voltage and current are multiplied with your exponent term, which has further alpha and beta. From this I can say this voltage and current will have change in magnitude as well as phase with respect to the distance, as we travel along the line. That is a conclusion, right? Okay, now, okay, sir, fine. We accept with your point, as they are multiplied with magnitude is changing and phase angle is changing. So how it is changing? What is happening? Whether it is increasing or decreasing. The simple thing we can say, magnitude is increasing as distance is increasing. Phase also increasing. As distance decreases, magnitude as well as phase will decrease. Right? Now we will move further. One more step. You understand this thing? Next step is now. Right. Now please. Hope you can see the screen. Is it visible? Veera 53. Yes, Veera not responding. Yes, Rashmita Reddy. Is the screen visible? I can accept some technical reasons. You may not speak. Yes, Kavya.
Yes, sir.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
ఏంటి మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఎస్ నో ఏం చెప్పట్లేదు. Okay, fine. Shreya. Now, we'll see this concept. This is my voltage equation. So please. So just I'm considering first term. Only first term. As we have two terms. Right? We have two terms. Here voltage as well as current. So I'm considering first term. This first component 1 by 2 VR plus IR ZC into e power alpha s. Right? Now you analyze this. What? As we are moving from sending end to receiving end. Sorry, receiving end to sending end. Just you analyze this point here. As x is increasing, as x value is increasing. Previously x is 0, now x is 1, now x is 2, like that, right? Here, as x is 0, that is directly at receiving end. Then now x has become what? 1 kilometer. Next, x has become 2 kilometer. What is happening? As you are moving, right? When x is 0, what about this term? What about this term, please? This entire term. Yes, please.
Half
X is
into
just you left
VR plus
IRZC, that's it.
yes.
Now, the second step, when x is 1, this magnitude will increase or decrease? When x is 1, x is 1 means alpha, you don't know this gamma value. Just I'm saying, as your x is increasing, this entire term will increase. When this entire term is increasing, what about this component?
Increases.
Increases. Increases. Same thing. Still you increase the x. Again, this factor will increase. So your voltage phasor will increase. So this will increase. So as we are moving from your receiving end to sending end, as x is increasing, the first term of your voltage component is increasing. So if I want to show that in waveform, so see this point here. Ascending end, the magnitude is less. As I'm moving from receiving end, as your x is increasing, what is happening? The magnitude is still increasing. See the waveform here. It is increasing like this, increasing, increasing. When it reaches sending end, your distance is maximum. So your distance is maximum. This e per gamma x will be maximum. So the product of this will be maximum. So this component will be at higher magnitude. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that is, so how it is looking? It is looking like waveform. Because what is the characteristics of your wave? Wave, when traveling, it decreases its amplitude and phase as it propagates. So same thing happening here, right? So no, same thing is happening here. If I see from sending end side, no, my waveform magnitude is higher. When I move towards receiving end, so the magnitude is being reducing as well as phase is also reducing. So this is a characteristics of your waveform. Yes or no? The wave will decrease its magnitude and phase angle as it propagates. So it is looking like a waveform. It has a characteristics of wave or not? Yes or no, please?
Yes, sir.
The same explanation. Same explanation. Just as I'm moving from sending it, both makes the same meaning. Here, what I'm doing, I was starting from sending end now. Sending end, we are at distance L. That is your maximum distance, right? As the reference is receiving end, as you are moving towards that, x is decreasing. So when x is decreasing, this component will decrease. So same thing. This component is decreasing. If you people understand in this way is okay, or in this way is also, that is up to you. So what you are doing, just receiving end నుంచి sending end move అవుతున్నప్పుడు waveform reverse లో increase అవుతుంది. When it is moving from sending end to receiving end, the waveform is decreasing. Is that clear? Now I'll
Yes,
pick
sir.
one student. I'll ask now. Just I want from your side, because complete silence, dead silence is not good, because this wave traveling concept is very important. And for your understanding purpose, I have written this. So directly share the textbook slide, it won't be that clear. So I will pick one student now. Yes, yes, explain. This is where is pick one student. Ziad, 58. Mr. Ziad. Roll number 58. Is it clear, beta? Very good. So can you give some conclusion points from this? Ziad. That's okay. This is open to all. Anyone can answer this. Yes, I want conclusions from this. What are the conclusions we have from this thing? Anyone? This is open to all. Any student can explain this point. Yes, please.
Here the
yes,
here the voltage magnitude will depend upon the first term of the given equation. Here we are considering the exponential function which varies with distance.
One second. Yeah, we are not considering. When we are deriving that long transmission line, the term has come. We are not considering it.
Yes,
The term
sir.
is present
Means
in
the
the equation.
equation.
Okay, fine. Yes,
From
please.
the equation, we will conclude that as the x value increases, the whole term value will increase.
Very good.
So, as we are considering reference point as the receiving end, as we move away from receiving end, means moving from receiving end to the sending end, the distance will increase. Thereby, the magnitude of the v value will increase. Here, now we are coming from the other way, means we are coming from sending way to sending end to the receiving end. Here, from the diagram or the waveform we have got from the previous one, we can say that the magnitude will decrease as it propagates towards the receiving end. And in general, also, we will know that the strength or the magnitude or the phase will be lost. I think it's the meaning, sir.
Very, very good, beta. Who is this? Because I haven't seen it. Your colleague? Who is that? Just now I find because I haven't seen that.
I'm Dharani, sir.
Very good, Dharani. Very good, Dharani. Right? So that is a conclusion, as your friend said. So one point I can say, as the wave is propagating, the amplitude decreases, phase decreases. Same thing is happening here. So I can say, can't we say this as incident wave? Can't we say the incident wave in particular? Because wave, okay, wave. But as the wave is propagating, its magnitude and phase angle is decreasing. So can't we say this as incident wave? Incident wave. Can we say it as incident wave or not? Yes, no, don't know. నన్న ఏం లేదు ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఇన్సిడెంట్ వేవ్ అంటే your wave is starting from here now. So when it's starting from here, as it propagates, your amplitude and phase is decreasing kada. So technically we can say this as incident wave because it is starting originating from here, as it moving, everything, all the terms are being decreased. So I can say this as incident wave. Yes,
Yes, sir.
that's it. So now coming to this next point, what is that? One second, let me show that screen. Where is that screen? No. Similarly, if you see your current equation, similar with your current equation, see your current equation, it has got two components. See your first component. See the first component. It is multiplied with your e per gamma x. So same concept I can apply here. And so what is happening? Your voltage and current waves have incident waves. That is, they are starting from your sending end. As they are moving towards receiving end, its magnitude and amplitude and phase angle is being decreased. So here we can conclude one point, that is these two components, that is your one voltage component and your phase component, current component. This one, this two, both are incident waveforms. So we have voltage incident wave as well as current incident wave. Done. So now we need to see this other two terms, right? So now before seeing these two terms, I want to share that screen so that it will be easy to understand. Where is that screen, please? Now see the screen here. Same analysis, just now as we did, same analysis. E power minus gamma. So e power minus gamma is again minus alpha minus j beta. Multiplied with distance, that is default thing. Okay. So minus gamma and minus j beta. So now as your s or x increases, what about e power minus alpha? As it is negative, obviously it will start decreasing. Yes or no? Previously it was positive, so it was increasing. Now here it is negative, so obviously it will decrease. In the similar way, the imaginary term e power minus j beta x, so magnitude will be same because cos of beta square plus sine square beta will be 1, always 1. So same conclusions what we did in previous case will be applied here. The main differences are your real term will decrease as distance increases, and in imaginary term magnitude will be